Last time, the party was guided to a rowdy tavern, the Coral Serpent, where they were hired by a sparker named Zeus. She had gotten separated from her lizard friend Rizbiff during a sudden attack while exploring newly expelled floating ruins. Telling the party to be wary of cat beasts, she left to notice Steel soon after. After enjoying a round of trebuchet, while Makayla secured raptors from her wake, you set off into the sands and search. We come back to the crew, having just defeated a few dark mentals, Chuman explains, that descended upon the party. These stalactite-looking monsters that unfurl like cloaks to wrap their umbrella-type bodies around their intended prey. You defeated them, keeping everyone from being eaten, though some got a bit chewed. And get your bearings. You're in a ruin-like structure with sand and disheveled rocks everywhere. There's some effaced statues that watch from each sides of the hallway that lead to a large staircase that rises 20 feet up that shield whatever lies beyond that from view because of the height difference, though you can see rays of natural sunlight. Xalia is standing on a comfortably warm disc. You all look around at the ceiling, attempting to spot more stalactite creatures. Your gaze rests above the warm dais where droplets of liquid continuously fall, and slowly realize that there are several of these dark mentals hanging above, failing to hold their form and are appearing as misshapen spikes of stone in their slumber, perhaps gently dozed to dreamland by the comforting warmth below them, and they're drooling sleepers.
Oh.
You share weird looks between yourself, and you also now get
Do I have a bottle?
I don't know, you threw everything away when I gave it to you at first.
Look.
You have a bottle.
Okay. I'm gonna start trying to catch slobber.
Okay.
Dark mental slobber.
Make a roll a 1d4.
Okay.
Takes you about 2 minutes before you get the correct, like, okay, where is it? Over here. Over here. There we go. And you start collecting dark mental slobber.
Cool. That's her task. That's what she's doing.
Alright.
Neat.
Roll a 1d8. For the next 7 minutes, you're collecting dark mental slobber. that's how long it will take to fill this bottle to a reasonable amount. Sharing weird looks between yourself, you now also get your first good look at your party member that had previously kept to themselves and remained inconspicuous. Pastiche, please describe yourself.
Yeah, so Pastiche is pretty tall, slender, snake-like lizardfolk. Sandy brown scales, kind of whiter scales on his underbelly, like dark brown stripes down their back. Wearing a black cowl, hangs down to about their chest. This like sheer fabric sleeve on their left arm that kind of ends at their fingers. It's a fingerless sleeve glove thing with the bracelet around their bicep. Down their right arm is this intricate black tattoo. Pretty loose sheer fabric pants, also black, with like openings on the inner thighs and a loincloth between there. It's all black. They're in all black.
Mm-hmm.
Probably stands about 6'6" most days. Probably over 7 feet with their neck fully extended, but
that's for lamos.
And accompanying them is now an inky black owl that they spawned. Created.
A friend.
An inky black
What was the owl's name again?
Mitch.
Good.
And as you all look around, What would you like to do, aside from Xalia, who's already decided what she wants to do?
Zoaz, looking up, sees the dark mantles, and kind of has like a quiet, sharp inhalation, and he just sort of starts slowly backing away. He never takes his eyes off of them, but he starts slowly backing towards this cave entrance.
Okay.
Makayla will walk up to Pastiche and say, "Are you okay, friend?"
Not exactly.
I apologize in the commotion of getting here. Never introduced myself. You must be the additional adventurer that the rest of the group picked up. My name is Makayla. How should I refer to you?
I am Pastiche, and bleeding, if you've noticed.
That is unfortunate. Yeah. I do not have any healing.
Zoaz kind of raises his voice a bit, still looking up at the dark mantles. If you follow me, I can treat your wounds, but first I would prefer we get out of danger.
Understandable.
Chuman walks up and is following. I concur. We should definitely move before we are in more trouble.
I assume it's okay for me to move all the way over here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can make your way over to the to that left tunnel there. Xalia seems still preoccupied with catching this stalactite slobber. I think
You just walk right through Fighter-Man, okay?
I forgot Fighter-Man was there.
Uh-huh. He's a critical member of this party. How dare you?
Okay.
Then
Xalia, probably about this time you've got a decent amount of slobber. You can put Dark Mantle drool. whatever alliteration you like. You know, stalactite slobber, Dark Mantle drool, or you can put that in your inventory. I'm sure.
I have an idea. All
right. And then you've got regular Fighter-Man for about 3 more minutes.
Okay. Well, it's not going to be regular Fighter-Man. He's going to start scrabbling. as people go past by Fighter-Man, he's going to start scrabbling and, more animalistic lopes up to the front of the party.
Alright. As Chuman walks through regular Fighter-Man, he becomes Scrabbling Fighter-Man, and it's all apparent that this is clearly an illusion now. But it is, the illusion is now in front of the party. Are you just taking care to make sure that the illusion is there?
Yeah.
In front of
basically.
Okay.
Makayla kind of not exact, just kind of is startled a little bit by the sudden, just animalistic galloping, I guess.
Spider-Man runs straight through Pastiche and Zoaz.
yeah, that makes sense.
Makayla was trying to approach and maybe get its attention to kind of see what it is, what exactly its nature was, and it just sprints ahead.
Xalia, being Xalia, is going to a minor illusion a copy of Fighter-Man's face right in front of Makayla and go, "Hi."
I can help with that. So, shabam. Just pops up in your face.
Oh my god.
Just right
Pops
there.
up.
And then just greets you flatly.
Hi.
That's a disembodied face.
I now look back to Xalia.
She's focused on her dark mental dribble.
You see this illusionist kind of like cradling their dark mental dribble in her hand, is kind of like grinning at it.
Twig looks at the illusionary face and whispers, "Thank you for the help earlier, my friend."
We're gonna get another minor illusion. No problem. It is my life's work.
Do you have a name, friend?
No.
Makayla nods stoically. Understood. I walk past.
While this is happening, Zoaz sort of approaches Pastiche and, where are you injured, friend? I apologize, I was handling my own troubles.
Pastiche just kind of bows slightly and reveals a bunch of puncture wounds and bruises on their head.
Oh. Zoaz just sort of sighs, and then he runs his hand like across your head and your back. And spellbook.
With a practiced, gentle yet firm touch, your wounds heal up. Max roll. Wounds heal up. The blood stops, and there's a touch of pale white light shimmering from Zoaz's fingers.
I'm pretty sure you don't want the blood to stop.
Well, I mean,
If the wounds close.
Your blood stops and you drop dead.
Yeah.
thank you.
It is no problem, my friend. Zoaz sort of softly calls out, "Was anyone else injured?"
Chuman looks back and nods eye.
Mm-hmm.
But you yourself was pretty banged up. Are you sure you're okay yourself?
I can come last. Those under my protection are more important.
One of the Dark Veil obviously landed on me, but I'll suffice.
Zoaz nods.
Imagine you guys have just being travelers or just people of some minor, or holding some experience adventuring and just living. You would have bandages and whatnot, and you just use those to bind yourself and help your hurts. It doesn't provide any mechanical benefit, but it's just now you're not bleeding openly.
Yeah.
Bleeding.
Going to attempt to stay scrabbling in front of the party with his 3 arms situated on each wall. I but, you know, they up to the limit of however far I can get the silent image away from Xalia.
Which is 60 feet, is it not?
I think so. Let me check my cell book.
Okay. So you guys move along as you traverse this tunnel with the torch that Makayla provides, and also the natural attuned vision that a few of you have. The tunnel seems to snake its way left and then right. The walls are jagged and each footstep rattles more rocks loose. Overall, it seems detached from the main area. Perhaps it was dragged upward along with the rest of the ruins. You guys can go ahead and move forward. Reaching the end of the tunnel, you see some shattered pottery on a ledge above a lightless hole. It seems to descend forever, you get the impression. Looking upward, however, you can see a few small floating platforms, There's red shards of crystal that pulse gently and quietly with energy some 20 feet above you, surrounded by a cavern wall.
Well, Zoaz is going to take out his climber's kit and sort of get himself suited up. Basically, he takes out the pitons, puts on the gloves, gets the harness on, and looking back, he's going to say, "Well, personally, I would rather not experiment more with those creatures in that room, and up is as good a direction as any, I would say."
Well, up is the exact direction we need to go, so I suppose you're right.
And Zoaz is going to Zoaz is going to head forward and begin climbing up the wall towards the glowing platforms.
Okay. As you're getting your climbing kit out and getting the harnesses and stuff strapped to you, and making sure, like, you're kind of like planning out your journey to go up, you hear another unfurling, just, and it wraps, or attempts to, around Scrabbling Fighter Man, and just it crashes into the ground, having no purchase, and before you is another Dark Mantle. It has grievously missed its mark.
Unfortunate.
I assume roll initiative?
I'm pretty sure that all of you are going to kill it immediately, so no.
Oh, fair enough.
So no need to waste resources, just...
we take care of it now that it's missed and revealed itself.
Indeed. Xalia's ploy to lure out more Dark Mantles has succeeded, and Scrabbling Fighter Man looks no worse for wear as you all just go over and, like, cartoon
Wait,
fight.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Halt. Don't attack. Makayla would say, just, okay, above board, is a Dark Veil a animal?
Roll a nature check.
Fair enough.
Nature or Arcana, your choice.
Which one's better? For me, they're probably going to be the exact same. Yeah, they are.
You don't know?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. YOLO. I'll try. It's like a free thing that I barely use anyways. I'll try to cast Speak with Animals and try and talk with it.
Okay. What would you like
technically
to...
does not use a spell slot, right? Because it's part of the
Because it's your innate...
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's how that works?
Yep. You can do this once. Per
Cool. Okay.
short rest or long rest or something like that.
Long rest. Yep. Alright, just want to make sure.
Okay.
Cool. And the I would try to ask it.
Yeah.
I would try to ask it a question. Has it seen a group of people, I guess, sort of like us, sort of gestured us, coming through here recently?
Okay. It rights itself from clashing into Scrabbling Fighter Man and, like, looks around with its octopus eyes. It's got, like, 3 individual oculars that just, and then since you're making noise, it zeroes in on you, and it either is ignoring you or doesn't understand you. and it just lunges, flies through the air with its cloak unfurling, and then now everybody can roll initiative.
Okay. Well, I tried.
If you beat its initiative, then you just destroy it before it gets off.
Huh.
This is what I get for trying to be.
If we beat its initiative, you say.
Well,
This is what I get for trying to be cute. I guess.
Weird. It doesn't allow me to roll initiative like that.
uh,
It says the key, a lot of things, does not exist in the embedded collection.
Oh, your like advantage for your like dread ambusher stuff.
Oh,
That might be like.
Oh, is it messing up the?
it's 5 tools is not
Yeah.
fully.
oh yeah, it's probably just not fully back.
Yeah.
Can you? Let me see if I can do it for you. No, I cannot.
Oh no, my character's too powerful.
You are too powerful. Roll a just roll a 1d20 plus 4.
Nice.
8.
Unfortunate.
Oh wow, I can't even just write it in. That's
You
interesting.
can't? Huh.
It's I've probably just got to fiddle with some kind of special trait somewhere. All right. Interesting. So the Dark Mantle is going to fly at Makayla and make a crush attack. Makayla, what is your AC?
Oh, whoops. Whatever.
It's a 20.
My AC is a 13.
Okay. It flies in, just
Ugh.
it slaps you with its crushing cloak-like octopus tentacles, and you take 6 bludgeoning damage. But it does not attach to you. You struggle a moment and just throw it back down on the ground, and it twists around, and then the combined might of the rest of the party all going at it at once. Just tear this Dark Mantle to pieces and just yeet it out of existence.
You know the gif of JoJo's where like there's the 2 characters kicking the dude on the ground. The one takes a step and then joins them. That's us.
Yep. And then just this cartoon combat cloud, and the Dark Mantle is no more. Befuddled over why it wouldn't listen to you when that spell usually gets good results no matter the disposition of the enemy, or of the beast. You are now no longer impeded from climbing.
Makayla just dies.
Makayla, do you need healing or?
I'll be fine. Let's keep going.
Zoaz nods and begins climbing up as best he can. Would that
Chuman.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Would that be like an athletics check or
It's
strength
an athletics check. Just go ahead and make it with advantage.
Because climbing kit.
Because climbing kit. Yeah, absolutely. Easy enough. So you climb and clamber and other sorts of CL words that involve ascending. You get to about 20 feet above the previous ledge, Zoaz, and on the top of this platform, give me a perception or an investigation check, your choice, depending on how long you want to spend checking this place out. You see like more broken urns, like similar to the pottery on the ground, but you do spy something in the midst, just glinting in the pulsing of the red crystal shards. You run over and I imagine you pick it up, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you run over to this thing, like unhooking yourself and carefully obtaining it. It appears to be some sort of heart-shaped crystal wrapped and bound by mesh chain. The metal of the chain is rusty and is in sore need of repair, but the crystal is pristine. It tingles energetically in your fingers.
Does this look like it has been here for a while? Like, was it dusty or stuff?
If you go by the mesh chain, yeah, it looks like it's been here for an incredible while.
Okay.
Question: is this heart shaped as in like cartoon heart or actual heart?
Cartoon heart.
Okay. Zoaz is gonna pocket it.
Okay.
And then he's going to sort of, not like whisper, but he's not like raising his voice too loud and in fear of more friendly octopus thingies. Say that he's going to say, it is safe up here.
Minor note, the moment. You are close to the ceiling.
Okay. So like I can see the ceiling and there's no more?
Yes.
Okay. Safe up here and there's no more of those creatures.
Is there a way forward, though?
Where would Zoaz be standing right now?
On either one of the... Sorry, on this rock. Yeah, around there.
Unfortunately, no. Does not look like there is a way forward.
So, a few seconds after you say there's no more creatures, Fighterman is going to just have a dark mantle plop directly onto his head. He's going to scream. He's going to silently scream and flail for a little bit before just melting through the floor with the dark mantle, and after going limp.
Twig is halfway taking the crowbar out of his backpack, and he slowly puts it back in.
Wow, I've never seen a dark mantle do that before.
I kind of poke where it was with my staff. Like the butt of it, like what?
Pastiche takes a step back.
He was a good man.
I assume there's not a way forward here based on what I can see, right, Accel?
Right, you look up and there's only the rocky ceiling. There's another, what looks like a platform, a little higher, but it's very close to the ceiling. And it seems trapped in here. There's no way upward or forward. There's plenty of downward, though.
Yeah. I suppose Zoaz is going to start making his way down.
Okay. Easy enough. You traverse down and rejoin with the party, and goodbye, Scrappy Fighterman. There's the crack of pottery when you get back onto the original ledge.
Like just dropping the last couple feet because I can keep my balance.
Yep.
No need to carefully anchor myself down for the last, 3 feet.
And you collect your climbing kit, stow it away, and you are satisfied that you have explored this nook, this cranny, this tunnel.
Zoaz does mention, I did find this though, and sort of brings out the heart-shaped trinket. I'm not entirely certain what it is. I'm unfortunately not the most experienced in the more traditional magics, but it does feel magical in nature.
Do you think we have anybody back in town that could take a look at it?
Oh, certainly. It is difficult to find. It would be difficult to find a merchant who would not offer to appraise it and try to take it off our hands.
Would this have been? Is this something that could have been seen before? I'm asking if I can just make a history check.
On the
yeah. Oh, is it just a? Yeah, what it is on the trinket that Zoaz is holding.
Okay, Xalia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hey, what's up?
No need to flex there.
He's going down. Just check out down.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, there is down, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
So, Makayla, as you peer at this, trying to recall anything that you've seen before, go ahead and roll a history check, and then Xalia ends the campaign, and I go and start reading Out of the Abyss instead.
Problem has been solved. Just go down.
Let's see here. History. It is clearly magical. The shape, Makayla, that you've seen in many peddler shops, city stalls, and people wearing such a thing. The shape that the crystal is carved in is usually towards promoting good health, or warding off sickness, or general like healthy vibes. This is clearly magical, so it might actually do something instead of just being a good luck charm.
Well, its form would suggest some manner of health or healing, but I don't know enough about magics to be able to tell you anything more.
Well, then I suppose that we head back to town to get more information, shall we?
Well, maybe once we're finished, once we find our lost... Yes.
Xalia, can you see in the dark?
By the way, just you're muted.
I see. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it would be about this time that Zoaz is like, he like sort of silently counts the group. It's like, are we missing one?
Yes, Xalia, I believe her name was.
Indeed.
Smash cut to Xalia in the dark with like cartoon. Only the eyes are showing in the frame.
It depends on which way you're looking. As far as I know, I count this whole party here.
Am I muted? Okay, I wasn't muted. Xalia's gonna, like, after a few seconds of being in the dark, just turn around and scrabble back up like a beast in the pit. Like, it's gonna be one, like, she's gonna emphasize the big spiky black arms, right? Just one arm over the edge and then another one, and then, hey, it's Xalia. And then she's gonna, hurry over to Makayla and just kind of point at the torch.
Give me a charisma check. For a moment, this awesome presence of spiky arms clambering over the ledge, thunk, followed by another one, thunk, before you see the countenance of Xalia. She points at the torch.
Yeah, Makayla, sort of what you could tell through her, her robes and shawls and whatnot, but she'd have a very, she would have gone into a, battle-ready stance. And then relaxed, but in a more, not of, a relieved sense, more of, an annoyed, frustrated. She'd first, as when you walk up to her, she'd then say, careful with how you fool around. Not everyone is as slow to react. And then as you start pointing to the torch, do you want me to light that area?
gonna shrug, and also at the first comment, you're gonna get like a knowing, mischievous smile. But kind of like shrug nod for the light it up.
Okay. I walk up to the edge. Oh.
And then she's gonna just, spider scrabble back around there, now with the ability to see if there's anything down there.
Okay.
So you're holding it over the edge.
Go ahead and make a perception check with... You can't see in the dark, right? Just at all? You don't have dark
Correct.
vision? Go ahead and make a
No dark
perception check
vision.
with disadvantage.
Okay.
As you're trying to view into the dim light. The darkness is quite expansive. You try to pierce through this curtain past where the torch fails to illuminate, and your sight doesn't quite return any results, so you listen in on so you use more of your senses, trying to listen, trying to feel if there's anything else. Makayla, you too. It seems like it goes on for much further than you're able to sense as an adventurer. It may be a several 100-foot drop. It may be longer, or there could be something that is betraying your senses and clogging them. You're not sure.
Well, our destination is up, not down. So.
Yeah, after a little bit, she'll scrabble back up. Kind of defeated looking.
A mystery for another day, perhaps.
She will be walking on the ceiling for the time being, though.
Definitely,
No.
yeah.
Well, I suppose that we will have to head back through and take the only other path available.
Pretty sure you're legally obligated to just do funky things if you have spider climb on. Just walk on the
Exactly.
ceiling for the rest. That's it. Alright.
Just wait until, 6th level and I get a climb speed?
Hey!
Oh.
Alright. So, you return yourselves to the main chamber that you'd entered in, and then there's the flight of steps. Heading towards it, up the flight of steps that you go, pressing your feet against the gray blocks, taking care not to slip or sprain your ankle against the loose stones. What comes into view is a hallway leading outside. There's columns of sand that pour down from the outcropping to the desert below. Let's see here. I lost my place because I removed that wall. Columns of sand pour down the outcropping to the desert below, as if someone had broken off the ruins and just tossed them into the sky like crumbs. There's an errant array of rocks, boulders, and more sections, not unlike the architecture that you entered through. The various shapes and chunks of gray rock are smattered with red shards of crystal that breathe on and off pleasantly as they hold there in the sky. From your current location, the flat top of the closest stand-onable chunk to you is about 10 feet high and only a few feet away. So naturally this means there's more to it than just like a thin line. It's like a chunk, kind of like an iceberg, but like the top is 10 feet high, only a few feet away. So you're looking at a chunk of rock that you can almost touch if you lean far enough to get off balance, and it scales vertically around 10 feet.
Can I spider climb there, or is it like a necessary jump?
You can, you lean over and then you touch it, and then from there you're able to clamber the rest of yourself towards it, and you can spider climb it.
Okay.
Very easy.
She's gonna do that.
You guys watch as Xalia leans forward, touches, and then walks up the side.
She's not gonna walk up the side. She's gonna scrabble like a fucking spider.
Scrambles like a spider up the side.
Chuman chuckles at the sight. My, she's quite a spry one.
Indeed.
Xalia gives off a certain kind of confidence As if she's been through something like this before. What would the rest of you like to do?
I suppose Zoaz would re-equip his climbing gear and start to follow suit.
Okay.
Aim here.
Makayla would be sort of standing back, observing for a second.
And I assume athletics with advantage again?
Yeah.
Oh,
natural
nice.
20. Quick as you like. Zoop. Dang, another natural
Oh
20.
my God.
You guys are easy on this climbing. with the expertise under you two, your belts, you easily scale this 10 feet of like weird, like misshapen rock, just nearly bounding up, and you join Xalia up at the top. It's sunny outside, naturally, as it always is. As you wait for the rest of the three. Oops, on a wall. Twig, Pastiche,
Pastiche is
Makayla.
gonna pull out their grappling hook.
Alright.
I assume also an athletics check for that.
I need a dexterity check from you.
Oh, that. Normal or advantage?
Just regular.
Okay.
You spin your grappling hook in your side, or at your side of it, and hurl it up. The three on top, you see just the metal hook of a grappling hook just tink, pull down, and then catch on nothing, and then just slide off, and Pastiche and catch it again. Another shot, throw it up.
That's okay, friend. I think I can get us up there. Let's not cast sort of a mold earth. Try and make like a 5. Like I'd sort of lift him up, 5 foot up, and then like have a make sort of like a climbable slope, like they on the edge of the cliff side.
Okay, sounds good.
There you go, friend.
Excellent. And then Pastiche is going to try to climb that.
Okay. It's slow going, but no check required as you try to just make your way through it, and then
I'd look to Twig, sort of offer this. Do you need the same assistance?
And Twig just nods and says, "Yes, please. Climbing isn't exactly my forte."
All right, I give you Earth Uppies as well.
Uppies.
That's a new spell.
Alright, slow going, and then Makayla, I imagine you just take your own
Do
way.
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
The three that climb up in there, but the loose earth kind of gets on you a bit, dirties up your clothing and your like where your knees are and everything like that. But everyone makes it up, and then
Prestidigitation myself clean. Get out.
All right. So from here, it seems that through either sheer fortune or convenient science, the floating islands of ancient architecture have not strayed too far from each other. The topmost platform, your objective, is about 100 feet up from your current position and grand in size. It sits a great distance laterally from you as well. As you plot your course, you identify a few of the easiest paths to reach the top. There is a precarious section of boulders that are loosely arranged in some vague assembly that could guide you to the top, each one more dangerous than the last. Alternatively, there's a large platform whose top draws a line at approximately the 50-foot mark, with some strange rock formation forming like a vaguely conical shape for 50 more feet to give a plateau, as if the cavern it was pulled from stretched and dragged upward by whatever phenomenon caused this whole event. If you could somehow scale this, it appears this plateau meets very close to your destination. And all around, from each ledge, sand cascades down. What would you like to do? You could take vague assembly of rocks, or you could take Cone Plateau. This one's a little abstract.
I jump up the sand waterfall like I'm in Minecraft.
True.
I assume you can't spider climb sand waterfalls.
If you're going to spider climb, your choice would be the cone thing. If you could somehow get the 50-foot onto that main plateau, you could just walk up the rest of the way. But to answer your question, no, you can't spider climb sand waterfalls.
Okay.
But spider climb would work if you breached that first 50 foot.
Could I use my grappling hook and rope to make like a path for the first 50 feet?
Absolutely. You tie your 50 feet of rope to your grappling hook. Pull on it a bit, testing the knot. Ching, ching. Stretch. Yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, give me a dexterity check to toss the grappling hook.
Can I take the help action with
Go ahead and
mold earth to try and like make?
So
Yeah.
you hurl the grappling hook. Yes, you can. You hurl the grappling hook. It goes a little short, and then you reel it back in. And Makayla steps over and gives you some advice. Kind of like points out a place where it might be handy to throw. And go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
Woo!
Hey.
Teamwork.
Yeah, this
makes
time,
the
like, as
dream
it,
work. And then, using the expert advice of the nomad, you swing it over your head, and then you swing it to your side, and then underhand throw it up. Grappling hook sails through the air. You let out the rope so that it doesn't snag and fall too short, and then it bounces off of the plateau. You can feel it rumbling in your hands, and then you just slowly pull it back, and there's resistance. It catches on something. You give it a couple tests, like moving your weight back. It seems like it'll hold at least you. Twig.
Twig.
Can I
pulls on the
spider
rope a
climb
few
the rope?
times.
Let's read spider climb. Vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings.
That's how you know you've got a good idea, when you have to reread the description.
The target also, because it gives you a climbing speed, yes. So you would be like climbing along the rope, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Just hi, Twig.
Twig just waves.
She's doing the upside down spider climb along one of its threads. Like,
Horrifying.
What a spell.
Away Xalia goes.
Powerful.
Xalia, as you get towards this big like chunk of a platform, you see more about these crystals that are slowly pulsing, and then a couple moments later, you're on the top side, this sandy little plateau area. Kind of like dust yourself off matter-of-factly, and looking up, you can see this kind of stretched rock forming some kind of like double cone or like double funnel looking kind of thing. Look behind you. Looks like there's some movement among your companions.
Zoaz is going to try to make his way up as well, using the climbing kit to where the rest of the party is. If there's not enough space to like get close to them, he can always anchor himself, on the same level using the climbing kit's pitons.
Okay. Currently, the only thing that is like bridging this gap is the rope in Twig's hands. Are you like using the climbing kit?
I misunderstood. Rope? I misunderstood. There's like a gap between where we're standing right now and the huge. Okay.
Yes, there is a 50-foot-ish gap where the only way to go if you fell would be down into the sands.
Mm.
And as you very well know, the law of the land is that's against the law.
Yeah.
The fun pit?
Twig, you still have a sturdy rope in your hands. It seems like you were able to hold Xalia, but perhaps that might just be another aspect of her spell that she cast.
Can I like mold earth around the rope at, I guess, the 30 feet mark, because I can't go any further than that, to try and like bolster, like reinforce the rope so it doesn't
you can
like, give it support? What do you call that for like a...
You can only move like ground like 5 feet away.
It has a range of 30 feet, but it can only do a 5-foot cube of earth.
Oh, is it like...
It's like...
Oh,
it's
sorry.
like
I thought the rope would be like right up against the stone.
It's
sorry,
basically like a magical shovel.
Yeah, I get that. Sorry, I just... in my head, the rope was like next to the... like right up against the stone. Well, like, but...
Okay. You could make...
that is not...
If you wanted to use mold earth, you might do something like getting something that Twig can kind of like brace himself with if he's going to be using his body to hold all of you guys' weight as you go up, like trapeze your way up. But I'm not sure what. I'm not sure if that's what you want to do.
So this island is like it's some space like laterally away from us, right? Okay.
Yeah. You've got like a small angle going up.
Okay. Is there any ground below it that we can reach?
There is maybe like a bit of like an iceberg chunk where the rest of it is, but it does not. It unfortunately does not have a platform below it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Could I?
Oh, go ahead.
Or actually, it does have a platform below it. That's the Earth. Which would be
a 50-foot fall.
Let's see, 20 feet. It would be about 40 feet below it, and you would be on the sand of the Earth, much like you were outside.
So, like, would I be able to go there so the rope was going straight up and down?
You can. Yes.
Okay. I'll do that so I don't have to hold the rope anymore then.
Okay. All right.
To
you achieve this.
Time. To stall for us to come up with something. Is there anything... So this is like the second time we're seeing these red gemstones. Does anything seem strange or off about them? They are glowing, right?
About the red gemstones?
Yeah.
Make a history check. You've seen these plenty of times before.
Okay, cool. I have never seen this in my life.
But somehow the old age strikes.
Alright.
Where have I seen these before?
I will I will give it to you anyway. I should have made you roll because you're familiar with them just from roaming around the land. You see them all the time because it's a facet of the land. Yeah, these crystals they seem to have some kind of power. Like every time there's an earthquake and it like expels things into the sky, it's always accompanied with these crystals. There's some tests done by the Sparkers that are inconclusive. But you don't know those test results.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, they're just associated with
Usually,
these natural phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah, that's fair. That's perfectly valid for a one.
So Twig's gone.
Yeah, Twig's out.
Twig is now underneath the plateau, holding his rope. Or you're right? Are you with the rope or are you with the group?
My idea is that I can just let the rope hang so that we can try to climb it, but I wouldn't have to hold anyone's weight.
Okay. Yeah. That would work.
Okay.
So now would we have to make like a jump to the rope to grab it? Or
you'll have to figure out some way to get down to the sand below, which is a 40-foot descent. Meanwhile, Xalia is just up there looking at you guys.
like, come on, what's the holdup?
Oh wait, I mean
she's gonna be spider climbing up and looking around, but not like just being careful.
Wait, if getting to the rope is like a problem, I can just bring the rope to us. I think.
Oh.
Right. Because I could. You would see. Sort of out of nowhere, a vulture would sort of manifest itself in Makayla's hand, and fly out and sort of try and grab it in its beak or in its talon and just fly back with the rope to here.
Twig, this vulture has foiled your plan.
I'm a little confused. Wait.
Yeah, because
I'm a little confused. What just happened?
I just misunderstood the lay of the land, I think.
So,
Yeah.
so what you were trying to do is make it so that we could climb up the rope to get to the platform that Xalia is on, right?
Yes. I didn't realize there was a drop between where we are now and directly underneath the platform.
If that's the goal, we can just Batman cut, and you guys just you go outside, walk around.
I mean, I don't think this is a major deal.
And we're now climbing. So I need athletics checks from everybody.
I mean, just technically, I guess before we do that, so there was the floating rocks on the other side as well.
Yes.
They're just assortments of floating rocks that you could kind of make your way up.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd rather just make the athletics checks.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is not something our climbing kits would apply to, correct? Because it's just the rope.
Right.
Cool.
Bang.
Dang! More climber.
Is there a climber feat?
Oh no!
I'm looking.
No.
Feet. It's not. Dang.
I've vampired everyone's rolls.
Actually, you did.
Okay.
Do I have dice?
All right.
Did we even get off the ground?
All right. So get a load of this. Xalia starts climbing up this little stretch of rock, and then you all settle up and start ascending vertically on this grappling hook provided rope. Zoaz is pretty easy for you to ascend. You've done this numerous times with shifting landscapes, all that kind of stuff. You're used to shepherding, as it were. People are around and that sort of thing. The rest of your group is not faring so well.
Can I put in a little bit of
go for it.
Flavor here? Yeah. So
tell me the story.
So Zoaz decides to head up the rope first, and it is so easy. He's climbing. What he doesn't realize is that the way he's climbing is jostling the rope around and making it really hard for the people on lower than him on the rope to continue climbing. Just swinging, shaking. Every so often there's a tug as he gets his purchase back and keeps going up.
Oh.
Meanwhile, everyone else is how do we even do this?
During one particular jostle and pastiche, suddenly your strength leaves you. As you're going hand over hand, the sweat from the sun. Well, I guess you're Lizardfolk. The sweat from the sun coming down on you, and just in a haze, you blink and you miss the rope, but you're already going to move your weight to it.
Uh-huh.
And for a moment, you're weightless. Before, clap, a hand grabs onto your wrist as you are now dangling from this person. And you look up and you see good old Twig.
Good old Twig.
Clasping your wrist, talons digging into your scales.
Twig just hanging on to the rope for dear life with one hand, and just gestures towards the rope, grab it, quick.
Pastiche panically reaches for the rope.
And you grab it, indeed.
By this point, Zoaz is probably up on top, right?
Yeah.
Zoaz is going to notice what's going on and help with holding up the rope.
Yeah. Probably pulling it up a bit as well.
Uh-huh.
You guys scale the rest of the climb with no further trials. But golly, that was a close one. And now you are all up. You shield your eyes from the sun. You can see Xalia is still a ways up. She's just being careful, climbing further.
No, she isn't. She's literally walking at a 45-degree angle, pointing down.
Oh, you said you were being careful.
Oh, maybe. She's being careful in the sense that she's not rushing into things.
Okay.
She's not being I'm playing it safe and not getting hurt. Careful.
She was being careful.
Yeah, being careful is out of character.
You see Xalia just nearly perpendicular to the rock face, just walking, and just she's taking care of make sure to be aware of her surroundings, but she's gone.
She's using Mage Hand to keep her hat on.
It's a stout use of Mage Hand. And you collect your grappling hook. You see it was caught onto a large red pulsing crystal, and collect it. And Xalia is near the top, and you all wonder how you're gonna get there.
Twig just falls to his hands and knees and kisses the ground.
So how much higher do we have to go?
50.
We're only halfway up. Come on.
Alright guys, not to worry. We just need to do what we just did again.
This time, let's have one person at a time on the rope.
I think that's a good plan.
What? That was that difficult for people?
Ever so slightly.
No, I had an easy time getting up.
Then maybe you could make the climb first this time.
Sure.
You'll be the anchor up above.
Yes, this time we'll wait for you to finish.
Alright. Go ahead and, if the plan is the same, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Or tossing the grappling hook back up?
Yes, please. Okay. Xalia, You see something like go straight up past you. You look, you see it's just glinting in the sun. It's a grappling hook. You're like, what the heck?
Can I grab it?
Make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Maybe this would have been the smart thing to do, is have Xalia take the grappling hook up for us.
Or just have Xalia drop a rope.
Xalia, you notice this, and you go, like, you run over. Well, maybe not run, but you move as quickly as you can over, and you grab the rope, and then wait for the grappling hook to fall. And then, as gravity does, you grab it. It kind of stings in your hand just because it's falling metal, but you now have this grappling hook. You look down and you see Twig's face.
She's gonna look Twig dead in the eye with like just a completely blank expression. Well, you can't see her eyes, but
Twig just shrugs and says, "What? It's a tough shot."
I wish English had a super plural for like more than two, because I would use it.
Zoaz kind of calls out, Xalia, could you find a place for that to, be so that we could climb up behind you?
Xalia, you learned such a word from Denoda. It's y'all.
No. I mean for describing her eyes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's y'all.
Y'all still.
Y'all eyes.
She's gonna have the grappling hook, and she's gonna point directly up at the lip of the inverse cone, and tilt her head.
Could it reach that far?
It's 50 feet of rope.
And on top of the grappling hook has a little bit of rope for it itself, so it can.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Then yeah. Zoaz says, "Indeed, all the way up."
All right, we're going all the way up with the grappling hook.
All right. So you trot up, and you get up. First, looking around to make sure there's no immediate danger. Spying nothing about to leap out at you. You've reached the top, and you just find a you've got a phone charger, looking for an outlet. You're just looking for somewhere to put this grappling hook, and then finally you do spot a place. It takes you maybe a minute, and then just wedge it firmly against this boulder thing, and seems good.
Alright, we're gonna just walk directly over the lip of the edge and wave at them and give them a thumbs up.
you walk over the lip of the edge and you're standing face down towards us.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how she was walking earlier.
So I was gonna take the rope from Twig and then give it a couple tugs. I assume it seems stable.
Yeah, it seems sturdy.
Okay. And is going to start climbing.
Makayla will go to Twig and
oh my god!
Actual Chad right now is signing.
What the?
I have a set of special skill.
No.
Which direction? I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, Makayla would go up to Twig, kind of put her hand on your shoulder, and softly say, "It's a hard shot. Many practiced throwers still don't get that kind of distance. He'll get it eventually."
And Twig just shakes his head and says, "I couldn't even remember your advice for 30 seconds."
You turn around and you see Zoaz scampering up the rope. He's moving inhumanly fast up this rope.
Just hand over hand, no feet shimmying, just whoop whoop whoop.
As Chuman watches, he just mutters to himself, "I wonder if he's had people with him."
I love how it was if it was so easy, then next time you do it. Meanwhile, Zoaz.
Twig just looks up and says, "Are we sure he's human?"
He's a lizardfolk, not a human.
Pastiche looking on with envy. Approaches the rope.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
That's the best
And
attempt so
inspired
far.
by Zoaz's show of bravery.
Well, now up you
Makes her
go.
way up the group.
Zoaz has rolled 3 natural 20s and 4 rolls.
All powerful.
Pastiche, you make it up. And Zoaz, you also make it up.
Sigma, I know perfectly well you are entirely capable of jumping up on this bed. Why are you being a baby?
Sigma, you also make it to the top of the plateau.
Well then, Twig, Makayla.
And Twig cracks his knuckles and says, "Alright, I just needed someone to show me the technique for doing this.
Oh no.
Now I've got it."
Easy. Yeah, you make it up without issue. It's a little slower.
Okay.
Like you start off strong, and then doing it this way is different and hard. And you slow down. And eventually, you make it up to the top, and then roll over the lip. You're now like on your back.
Twig's just out of breath. See? Told you guys. Easy.
Easy.
Well then, Makayla, you're up.
Okay. So it goes up. Oh, that's acrobatics. No.
Zoaz is just dusting off his hands, like.
Yep.
Makayla is like walking alongside them as they climb up and giving them moral support from like
Cool.
90 degrees.
I want to help to get a good start.
Makayla, roll again.
The main villain is the rope.
Oh, there we go.
As
You
you
like-
ascend, Makayla, there's
You kinda
Xalia
like
next to
looking
you.
up.
There's Xalia next to you, almost like giving you pointers and like pointing out, and whether you take it a certain way, like a certain sort of way, and then it spurs you on to excellence, and you go ahead.
Yeah. To get up, I like heavy breathing. Like, this was a lot easier when I was younger.
There we go.
Yeah, it really was just the fact that there was someone ahead of you. You know, when there's uninterrupted rope, you just slam it, Chuman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used up the power earlier, so.
All right. The people that have done this before ascend very easily. All right. Well done. And you all make it to the top. You've reached the top. Congratulations. You have overcome this obstacle. As you all collect yourselves, catch your breath. Your immediate area, you appear to be on a small cobble pathway that has broken off from the main area. There's like the dust and the sand of the area lightly shifts in the breeze of the sky. Rocks broken off from whatever cavern or passageway that they expunged from are strewn everywhere. There's a partially destroyed stone bridge that stretches across the gap to get to the other side. The other side holds this large structure that you can see very clearly. On the left of the main platform is a small shrine-like structure that looks empty and weathered from your current position. Following the road, you can see steps leading up a flight of stairs. The stairs feature fallen pillars and rubble. And in the middle of the landing, curled up, is a creature. Go ahead and give me perception checks. Now that you see it and you point it out to everybody. Good at climbing, not good at seeing.
Not good at seeing. Nobody's good at seeing.
Yo!
I don't know about that.
Specifically, Twig is good at seeing.
Alright.
I am good. I'm good at this.
So, Pastiche, and Twig, and Chuman, everybody can see that this creature is mostly black in color. Pastiche and Twig, you can see that it's actually fur. It's coarse, jet black fur. It appears to be like an overall cat-like form. And then Twig, peering at it, adjusting, your occupation and your vision, your expertise, as you are used to being a lookout, allows you to see certain details. You notice that it seems to be modified in some curious manner. From its forward shoulder blades, even in its curled up form where everything seems to kind of like meld into each other, it extrudes long tentacle looking appendages. On the end of each of these extremities are embedded, or perhaps they have grown, red shards of crystal. But fortune smiles upon you this day. Its eyes are closed.
Twig relays this info to the rest of the group. Says that it seems to be asleep, and that it might have something to do with these red crystals that we've seen earlier. It looks like they've almost infected the creature or something.
Would Zoaz... Can I roll history to see if I've noticed anything, if I've seen anything similar to this in the past?
To the creature?
Not the creature, but like phenomenons like the weird crystal growth, infection type stuff.
They're typically associated with these floating platform things. Whenever there's floating platforms and just chunks of rock hovering in the sky, there's always these red crystal things.
Okay.
They always just pulse. They are they're not outwardly magical. And the Inspired Sparks have done some testing, but you don't recall the results of the test.
Okay.
Then we must tread carefully. I would not want to be on the bad side of this creature if he wakes up.
Your gaze goes past the creature. It's on sort of like a landing in between two pillars. It very unfortunately appears to be in front of this large opening that goes into this huge structure behind it. So your objective is probably past the creature. If indeed, if that's where Rizbiff is. But I mean, he could be anywhere.
Can I see anything from over here?
Make a perception check.
Got him.
Close. So far.
For now, from your current position, it just seems like some weathered shrine. It looks like there's a stone structure in the middle of it, but you can't see anything on top of it.
Okay.
It rises maybe some 6 feet in the air. It's not in the air, sorry. Some 6 feet above the rock formation that it's on. But it doesn't seem like it has anything there. Xalia, you walk on the other side of the bridge, and you notice on the underside of the bridge, there's this huge crack where some of the stone looks like if it put any weight on it, that part would fall suddenly and just break off. It looks very precarious from the underside, but you notice this and you're able to avoid it.
She's gonna scrabble back above, upside, and then she's going to cast a minor illusion as just a big red, holographic X over where that is.
Okay.
And then she's gonna stare at everyone. She's just hanging off the side of the bridge and just staring at you with a determined look on her face.
Well,
Did you find treasure?
She's gonna shake her head.
Ah,
Should we-
cautionary.
Nod.
well, we shall avoid that spot then, I suppose.
Twig looks crestfallen. He says, I was hoping for treasure.
She nods again and like climbs back under the bridge.
Yes.
Does this have... This would be quiet. Sorry, I'm just looking. I'd like to cast Fog Cloud
Okay.
on... Oh, that's a lot bigger than I expected. Can I make it smaller? Does it have to be 20 feet?
It must be that big.
Oh god. Well. Oh well. I'm just gonna put it right on top of that beast.
Okay.
Just
That's
Make
pretty
a-
good.
make a fog cloud around it, like silently. You just see Makayla kind of hold up her staff, move her hands to do the component as various vultures like fly from behind her to sort of whip up like dust and sand around the area around the beasts, silently creating this cloud of fog.
Okay.
There, that should at least help us get across without it finding us. But we should still be quiet.
The fog cloud stirs into view, wraps around this area, and indeed obscures the cat beast from your view.
We should be especially careful. We can no longer see if it has woken up. Though I would much prefer it wake up and not see us than it wake up and see us.
I feel like that will be. I feel like it will make itself obvious if it awakes. I think that's the least of our issue.
Correct. When we first passed this bridge looks fairly weak.
Indeed.
The gears have not done well for it.
Zoaz is going to start making his way over.
Okay.
Let's make sure to go one at a time.
Very, very carefully.
Out of curiosity, is there anything interesting in this crevice?
There's a lot of sand. There's a lot of sand columns. There's a red crystal slowly pulsing. You take a moment and look
Grabbable.
around. Huh?
Does it look grabbable?
Give me a perception check while you're down there.
The black pits of sun.
Pretty good.
Indeed.
A cat beast. No, I'm kidding. You look around, and that one, the first one that you saw, does not look grabbable. Just looks like it's a large piece of crystal, maybe like boulder size. You're looking around for just anything that's on this underside, and you do spot a smaller piece protruding from the underside of this floating platform that you have now traversed to the other side. It looks like it's part of the platform, but you could probably extricate it using some elbow grace and other application of...
Don't say elbow grease to Xalia, because she will actually make her elbows greasy.
some form of like application of strength upon a point.
Amount of effort you
upon a small, like putting force upon a small point to chip it out. Yeah, you can grab it, but you'll have to like chisel it or something like that.
He's just gonna do that.
Okay.
While the rest of them are doing something else. Acquire rock.
Alright. I'm going to assume you have just like some sort of adventure dagger or something.
No, but she can make sharp nails on demand.
Okay.
Some really sharp nails, that's the case.
I don't think you try, and your nails don't seem to have the solidness, the structural integrity to carve out part of this rock. Like it's clearly like part of another bit, but it's a small part. So you would need to like hack at it with something solid that isn't a fingernail or something like that.
I'm gonna scrabble back up and locate Twig.
You look at Twig.
Val takes personal offense to nails not being strong enough to carve out rock.
You locate Twig precariously moving across the bridge. He's focused.
He's gonna minor illusion a crowbar, like an image of that in front of her hand, and like reach out for it. Not just any crowbar, the literal exact crowbar you used.
You want my crowbar?
Nod.
The two of us are pretty attached, but I guess I could lend it to you. Just be careful with any noise you make, since we still have our sleeping friend in that cloud over there.
She'll thumbs up.
Hands the crowbar to Xalia.
Okay. She's gonna take it and she's gonna go fucking rip out a rock from the ground.
Thumbs up. You hear Xalia scrabble down. Clonk, 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 clonk.
The advantage from the crowbar yields no roll required, so you have like red crystal thing in your inventory now.
Okay.
It does make a little bit of noise, just clonk, 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 as you're smashing and like beating against rock and stuff. So like you guys hear this rock pounding noise and like crystal slightly higher rock pounding noise coming from the other side.
The moment Chuman hears that, he's getting his bow ready. Just ready to shoot.
And anyone who wants to cross the bridge can. With
Indeed.
the assistance that Xalia provided, no one needs to suddenly fall down 1,000,000 feet.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
By the time you get over there, you do your adventurer sense tingles, and there's a disturbance in the cloud. That's it.
Zoaz is going to whisper to himself, Selene, prepare me, and use Vigilant Blessing on himself.
Okay. Around this time, Xalia comes back up triumphantly.
She's gonna return Twig's crowbar, which is slightly like got some dust on it, but she's also going to very excitedly show him the red rock.
Twig, between taking the crowbar and nervously looking at the cloud of fog, just like gives Xalia a thumbs up at the red crystal. And then he turns to the rest of the group and says, I think now might be a good time to hide.
You could choose to hide, or you could choose to attack it. If anyone, I guess anyone who has a ranged ability to attack from range
could attack from range, but we are not sure if he's still in those. I could strike from afar if need be.
I mean, if we do want to fight, I could dismiss the cloud.
If that's the route we're gonna go, then I think we should all make sure we're prepared before we do that.
Not.
Well then, is everybody in peak condition to fight?
Zoaz is going to cast Aid on himself, Twig, and Makayla.
Cool. So, the three of you, your hit point maximum temporarily increases by 5, and you also heal 5 hit points.
Right.
Okay.
Is that like actual hit points?
It's actual hit points.
Yeah, not temporary.
until the next until 8 hours is up.
Yes.
What a weird spell.
Yes, very good spell.
I would like to. Is anything to hide behind?
Yeah, there's several rocks, stones. There's if you got down on the ground, like this stuff is high enough to potentially hide behind. But pretty much any boulder you see on the map, you could hide behind.
Sure.
Like this stuff, you could hide behind.
Yeah, I'll try and duck behind, sort of off to the side. One of these.
All right.
Or I guess before I go there, I have to wait until just give me a signal, and I'll remove the cloud.
Zoaz readies his shotel.
Okay. Xalia, by the way, this red crystal, now that you have it in your hand, and it's been in your hand for a while, it feels strangely tingly. Like those sciencey lightning balls? It's like holding on to one of those for a good 5 minutes. It's that effect after the 5 minutes. It's like, it's strangely tingly. Like, it feels almost like it's like very vaguely electrical.
Cool. She's going to shapeshift electrical effects on her hand.
All right, zap zap. All right, so what are we doing? Everyone who's hiding, I need a stealth check from you, please.
Okay.
I guess mine won't last long anyway, since I'll be firing the shot.
Mechanically, I can't dispel the cloud and have an attack readied to.
What does Fog Cloud say? Last for duration. Oh, it's concentration. So you can just drop concentration actually whenever. And it doesn't require anything to do so.
Oh, okay.
Pretty neat.
That is pretty neat. Actually, I should probably just. While we're getting ready, I should probably just shillelagh. Just get that ready up, so I don't have to use an action for that. Or sorry, bonus action.
So everybody.
Early.
Pastiche is going to take their brush and kind of circle it around themselves a few times until they're kind of shrouded in ink. And then a few seconds later, there are many Pastiches.
Nice.
Anyone who's watching, this is quite a sight. This isn't quite really anything that probably anyone has seen before.
I'll have to ask you how you did that later. Though right now is not the time.
Makayla raises an eyebrow.
We'll put that marker on you for that. So just remember that you have that Pastiche.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then...
Sorry.
You guys do hear, as you're all doing this thing and saying the verbal components for your spells and maneuvering around, you hear some sort of bestial growl from inside the fog cloud, as if whatever's in there is warning you that it is aware of your presence. So what's the plan?
Makayla is going to drop the cloud, and I'm going to fire at it.
Cool.
I think, like, I'd try and drop the cloud and throw a magic stone at it as soon as I could.
Okay.
A magic stone?
A magical stone.
A magic stone. Magic stone.
It's a
Yeah.
stone.
Oh, okay.
Prepare for my magic stone.
It's a stone. It's a magic. It's a magical stone. All right, go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
Oh yeah.
Why did
let's
it do
see if
that
it works.
twice?
Because you have advantage. Oh yeah, why
But
did
it
it
rolled-
do it twice?
Oh, hey, it actually rolled. Nice.
We're gonna. Can you get rid of mine, then I'll do it again? Is that possible, or
No, we'll just take the first one. It's a 15.
I rolled? Oh yeah.
Well,
Okay,
well,
cool.
I mean they're both 15. So
I didn't realize that it had to keep higher.
Yeah. No worries. And then let's see. So the sequence of events is you drop the fog cloud and then immediately do the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like mechanically we're like readying actions for when I drop the fog cloud.
Okay. I have
think
no
so.
qualms with this. So go ahead and make your attacks U2. So Chuman and
This is normal, correct?
your name's not Aegis, is she?
Yeah, it's normal, no advantage.
Normal, no advantage.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Well, at least you hit.
Alright, let's see. Zoaz. There we go. And then Makayla. Alright, there you go. Your names are correct. Alright, what is this? Dang!
Black. Oh wait, that's right.
Alright, so yeah, that obviously
this
hits. That the 7 does not
critical.
hit, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's a critical. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I rolled as normal, so let me roll as critical.
Does that also include, like, don't you get like something on your first attack, or is that like?
Okay.
I don't know how Dread Ambusher works.
Face dice. One of the rolls was the same one. Okay, so yeah, in the first turn of combat, you have a special thing.
Yeah. Is it to this one or is it to my first actual turn?
You make another attack.
On your first turn of each combat, your walking speed increases. If you take the attack action on that turn, you can make one additional weapon attack as part of that action.
This is the first turn of the combat,
So you can use it.
so you can
If
attack
you'd like.
again.
Alright.
Let's
Neato.
go.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Almost
And
got
then
it
you
down.
roll,
Let's
and then
go.
one more d8.
Yep,
One
one
more
more
D8.
D8.
One more d8. Just a regular d8.
Okay. Rid of that.
Alright, so the total damage is 12 plus
25.
9 plus 4. 25 damage in the opening round of combat. Tell me how cool you are at ambushing.
So, Chuman, after seeing Pastiche hallucinate 3 of him, stays focused on the cloud and where the creature was before the cloud was conjured. And Makayla gives a signal and drops the cloud. And the moment that the cloud is dropped, Chuman let goes of the arrow, and it whooshes past Pastiche and the three Pastiche-teers, and slams right into the eye of the creature.
Okay. 25 damage?
Yes.
Balam. It roars and screeches. Screeches? Screeches. It screeches this, like, guttural cat noise, and it paws at the arrow out of its eye, and just and blood dripping from its face, looks at you all and assesses, and it is very displeased about what has happened to it. It gets up. It was reclining. Then it gets up. Oh crap! That's right.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing, please. Make one attack roll with your longbow.
Okay. Oh wait, whoops. That's the wrong button.
Okay, good news. All that stuff still happens. Except for the critical hit. Sorry.
Okay.
Your first attack was at disadvantage, actually. I just didn't.
Because I couldn't see it.
Forgot about
right.
it. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
I was about to say.
Not because you couldn't see it, but I won't say anything else.
Oh wait. No.
People who've read the monster manuals.
Yeah, the previous DMs.
All right. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
All right. All that stuff still happens, but it's only like slightly less cool.
So it heals for 4, technically.
No,
because it didn't crit, so it took 4 less damage. It was a roll of 6.
Oh,
for,
right.
For the crit.
I got mixed up.
Wait.
So it take 21 total, right?
All right. It takes that amount of damage. All right. So Xalia, kick us off.
I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna make minor illusions of on this, just one minor illusion effectively, of a bunch of like little arrow-like things just flitting right past its face with the associated sound, but those arrows are coming from this direction. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's what she's gonna do. That's the turn.
All right, Chuman, you have hit your mark, and then you let an exhale out, and you're ready for your next attack.
Chuman is going to. He is going to cast on next arrow, Snaring Strike.
Okay.
To keep it from moving.
I'm with it. So you draw an arrow, and then your fingers just glide along the shaft for a moment, and then it becomes wrapped in this sort of like grass green energy. And you knock it.
Yes. And he fires off that. Actually, wait, I can't do that, right? I can't use Ensnaring Strike and attack at the same time.
Ensnaring Strike is a bonus action, and attacking is your regular action, so you can.
Okay. And he fires off the arrow.
16 hits.
Do I roll the Ensnaring Strike damage as well, or?
You do.
Yes.
It's going. The Thunder Cat is going to make.
Oh, gee.
Is going to make a strength saving throw. Okay. Let's see here.
What the fuck is going on outside my window?
Is everything okay?
I just heard like a whoa.
My bad, that was me.
That's the arrow flying through the air.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 8, 6. Good rolls on damage, guys.
Jesus.
So the arrow flies through, and then as soon as it hits into the pelt of the cat beast, it shoots forward with vines that go and drag it down to the ground. It uses its tentacle-like things and slaps at all of them, electricity crackling off, and it breaks all these vines, and it looks around and she makes noises. You want to move or stay there?
I will stay here.
Okay, Makayla. You guys can see now electricity starting to build up and crackle around the ends of its tentacles.
What? I don't. For some reason, apparently, I don't have permissions to view the person I'm restrained. What exactly What are the specifics of restrained? Because I always get them mixed up with.
Restrained. Well, it's not restrained right now because it succeeded on the thing. But
Oh,
the
it
things
succeeded?
on
Okay.
it are its speed is 0. It automatically fails certain kinds of things.
Okay.
It disadvantage on dexterity saves. Its speed is
Can
0,
be.
and attack rolls against it have advantage. Attack rolls it makes have disadvantage. But currently, it's not restrained.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't wombo combo it.
Unfortunate.
And is the wall in front of me, is that
It's maybe
still
like
considered?
it's maybe like 3-4 feet high.
Okay, so it's still it's just normal movement to go diagonally.
Yeah, you
on
just like hop over. Whoop.
it? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. All right. Oh, this is probably gonna be a bad idea. Let's go. Let's do the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
Alright, locked and loaded. I jump in, run right in.
All right.
Right, 25.
She's going in. She's going in.
Let's go. Because I think it's pretty much just the same attack roll as Magic Stone. I'm just going to use that.
19 hits. Well, wait, that's a ranged attack?
No. Oh, it's not because it's Zephyr Strike because I'm blocking it with my
Okay, so yeah, normal roll.
staff.
correct. All right,
But
cool.
it's the
Yeah.
it's the same because it's a Wisdom plus 2 because I'm proficient with it.
Okay, so yeah, 19 hits.
So Zephyr Strike. Nice.
You run up and slam dunk a rock on it. Alright, cool.
And then I also drop. Wait, no, I can't because okay, mechanically. Here's a very important question that will affect the second half of my turn. If I were to drop concentration on Zephyr Strike now to use my favorite foe, do I still get the 30 feet of movement speed?
No.
And okay. Then never mind that I don't drop concentration on it and I run the fuck away.
Alright. So explain that turn to me again, but as if you destroyed the creature because that was enough to kill it.
Get on.
So you run up and
Yeah, in like a flat. Yeah, it's like the same sort of a similar thing to I did last time, where it's like the wit, sort of the midair. It's like the pose of getting ready. The winds blow around me, like the vultures, kind of like there's vultures flapping and fluttering around, and then like in a flash, I'm suddenly there, slashing through it, and then I move like again, another like blink of movement back over here behind Twig,
okay.
and it's just like slam the butt of the staff on the ground as all the damage is done at once.
Alright. Lots of wind coalesces around the target, and Vulture pecks it and just slam dunk the rock on its head. Just and then there's the thunk of the staff that Makayla has. It echoes around dramatically, and you guys defeat the monster. I'm going to leave the song playing because it's a good song.
Heck yeah, it is.
It slumps down, lets out of this guttural roar of defeat, and then just falls down. It's like on its stomach, facing you guys, which is it's done, donezo. Blood all over its face as it closes its eyes, and its tentacles
Here?
are down all next to it.
That was it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I exploded him, my bad.
Huh.
Zoaz kind of lets out a sigh and like relaxes a bit, but mentions, I do believe that Jus said cat beasts, plural, so we may not be out of the frying pan yet.
Well, at least this one can't call any others.
Indeed.
While that's happening, Chuman looks around, make sure that everything's clear before dropping his guard and making his way to join the rest of the group.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Alright.
Bailey's gonna compare her cool rock to the cool rock on the cat.
Yours is noticeably more colorful. Feels better.
What do you mean by feel better?
You get a jolt when you're holding yours, not when there's the rock is there, is inert and. Oh wait, sorry. I thought you meant the rock that Makayla like hit it with. So you're talking about the tentacles.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I misunderstood at first. They're similar. This is various shards, but it seems to be a part of the cat beast. But they are very similar. You touch one, kind of like holding the tentacle aloft. It's kind of heavy. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Anybody that's looking at the cat.
Bailey's internal repertoire of creature powers of steel grows.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
All right. Dang, some zoologists.
Can't believe you moved me to 18.
Some zoologists move over here. All right, so everybody looks at the cat, and Xalia, you've got the tentacle in your hands, and you're just examining it, comparing it to the shard that you have, and indeed, it's very similar. You kind of touch, and it jolts you for a moment. Not enough to cause actual damage, presumably because the creature controlling it is not able to jettison any more power through it, but you surmise that if it had hit you with any of its latent power, that it probably would have been very unpleasant. And everyone that's looking at the rest of the cat piece can, you get down, you only note that you struck it twice, but it seems to have much more wounding on it overall. So it seems like it was hurt before you all engaged it. Beneficial for you.
I kind of just poke it with the butt of my staff.
Poke,
Oh yeah, by the way, the perception skill check.
Dun, dun. Oh yeah, seems good. You
This
look
is
around.
Frontier, right?
This is World.
It's world.
Okay.
Yes.
And with this cat beast, eventually your curiosity about it is sated, or for now anyway. You're now facing an enormous monument of a door as you look up at what it was in front of. There's boulders that have shaken off from the cliff face surrounding it. They've all hit the floor or the ground. They're creating small craters in the sand where they rest. It's wide open, and sun illuminates what is inside. There's nothing preventing you from walking in anymore, but what would you like to do?
Sorry, just for posterity, what did Chuman, or did Chuman perceive anything around the northeast sort of ruin area?
You saw Chuman look around and just kind of like shrug and then nod to himself in approval, and then walk towards you guys. It seems like he did not see any threats.
Okay. And you said the sun illuminates the inside, so what?
Yeah, you can see another one of those daises. Similar to what you saw when you entered the thing.
Xalia's gonna minor illusion a handle onto the big door.
Is that a handle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making a fake handle.
In space, Xalia creates a handle.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there are doors.
I thought I heard you say the big doorway.
It is a doorway, but
It's not a
there
door?
is-
Okay.
right, yeah,
Okay. Misinterpretation then.
it is a it is a portal.
Okay. She's still gonna do it.
Excellent. That's what I thought you did anyway.
I mean, my entire thought process there was, wouldn't it be funny if I made a fake door handle and then I rolled a wisdom check to see if she would think better of that?
Yep.
And you can see the result.
All right. So what are we up to? I imagine you go in, but I want to rush you.
We're gonna stay out here forever. We're gonna eat the cat meat.
Yeah.
Okay, make a survival check.
Chuman walks up and he just mutters, I hope we have to not get in any more fights. I'd prefer to not slay any more beasts.
That's gonna get a head tilt from Xalia.
I do not think we will have the luxury of choice in that regard.
Upon hearing that, you just see sort of a blue tint out of Chuman's goggles. Doesn't say a word though.
Are your goggles on your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, just confirming. Cause, yeah, I thought they were. Just there, it was tripping me. I am sorry if that upsets you, but Makayla would look down at the corpse. I don't think these beasts care for your opinion on whether or not you want to hurt them. And she will move on.
Pastiche will also move on.
Okay.
The sooner we find Rizbith, the sooner we can get out of here. And I can only imagine he's in here.
Chuman follows afterwards.
Is Xalia still sitting on the bridge?
No. She's come forward. Oh, right. I do need to move physically. Where?
You don't need to.
Technically, she was moving the our spiritual fire.
Where you say you are is more important than where you are on the map, so no worries.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I usually that's like either combat purposes or I'm indicating I'm going to do something and I don't want to say it yet.
No big deal.
So you guys walk in, going through the door, walk in, and you are now in a large open room with a faintly shimmering stone surface. You could see it from outside. There seems to be something hovering in its center. Looking around the room, again, there seems to be flanking each side of the glowing concentric circles are stone statues. The ruins are much tamer here, and they're much more intact and organized. There's fewer boulders. There's rocks that scatter across the ground, certainly, but it is overall clear. In the far back, on the opposite wall, there is a hole in the wall with rubble dotting the kind of like cavernous door frame, I guess you could call it. Sunlight peeks through this. What would you like to do?
Look up.
Make a perception check.
It's doing the exact same thing.
No.
Spider-Man.
Why is that?
I love this dice. This dice is great.
It's really funny. What are you doing? Gamers don't look up.
Alright, so you look up. There are a few stalactites, but it's overall been... what's the word? Trimmed? It seems like a couple of the stalactites are just like lopped off. But some are still intact and they retain their protrusive rock shape.
Dang.
Hold on. I guess I will light another torch.
makes torch noises.
You actually see?
Can I? Oh, no.
I'd assume that the
I don't
light
have dark
is
vision.
shining in here.
Yeah,
Well-
there's sunlight coming in from outside, and then now you have torchlight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The sun barely illuminates what is ahead of you, but now with the torch moving along with Makayla, you'll be able to see it clearly.
Torch. Now you are on. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess the dark vision is kind of messed up because it's showing it as if it's fully illuminated.
Yeah,
Well-
that old dark
No.
vision.
I gave up my dark vision for a mediocre spell slot.
What do you
But
have?
so I'm not worried.
Oh yeah, you have 90 feet of dark vision, Chuman, because of your Gloomstalkerness.
Right. It was just
So it's
slightly
enhanced.
darker the last time that we played.
Yeah.
This one is just like, yeah, it's just perfect lights, chandelier.
I remember things being slightly darker. Says eyes for days. All right, so
Alright, did someone say eyes for days?
yep. You sense a shift behind Xalia's sunglasses.
You imply that she didn't already have several hundred eyes behind those.
Compound fly eyes.
Less that and more like just a bunch of them just mashed
Uh-huh.
up together.
All right.
Cool. As I approach the dais, that's kind of what it is, right?
Yeah, it's like two circles stacked on top of each other. It's a dais. It's faintly shimmering.
Alright, let's get close enough to move a little closer. Is there anything different about this one?
It seems a little
Like
larger.
not?
Make a perception check or investigation. Your choice.
Chuman is gonna take off or pull up his goggles and see if he can find any footprints
Oh,
or signs of movement.
okay. Survival for you. And then Makayla, this one is a little larger. It's still shimmering and active. There appears to be something floating in the middle of it. Rolled an 18. That's pretty good. So it appears to be a tome. Half open. It's kind of suspended in midair. And then ever so slowly, it rotates, suspended in space. Chuman, you do see some footprints actually. They're clearer further in, so that the wind of outside didn't brush them away in the sand. Like you find like sand footprints. They disappear when they go over the cracked rock, but then reappear again when it gets sandier, and they seem to lead vaguely towards the opposite side.
Just to remind myself, which one is this is the cracked rock here?
That is just a rock. Cracked rock stuff is like this tile.
Okay.
Yeah. So like where there's sand and stuff, you make out some footprints. They seem to be a little small, little kind of like diminutive boot prints. And they're leading vaguely towards the other side. There's a lot of shuffling, as if like whoever was here was also looking around, just as you all are. You find some large paw prints.
I say to the rest of the group that I'm kind of looking at Zeta when I say it. There seems to be a tome, sort of tome, floating on this this structure.
Chuman calls out to Zoaz and says, "Has anybody been in these ruins recently outside of the one outside of the team we are chasing after?"
It would be difficult to tell. These are newly risen ruins to that earthquake, so if anyone has been, they would have had to been off the grid, so to speak. It'd be hard to report from underground.
Chuman takes that information and keeps looking at or following the footprint.
What are these statues?
Yeah. You take a look at the statues. They are vague in form. They're faceless. They appear to be draped in some sculpted robe, loose hanging. They don't have anything in their hands. They're just like gestured and sort of stand there, sort of regal and dignified.
Okay.
Go ahead and, if you're further curious, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, 1 moment.
Okay.
Good job, Xalia.
You peer a bit at the faceless face, and take a look, and then your gaze draws downward. There appears to be a weathered bronze rusty plaque at the bottom. Taking a moment to get down and see what it reads. It is... What languages do you know?
Let's double check. I think it's Common, Draconic, something else. Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Primordial.
You don't recognize the language.
Okay.
But it is a short... It's maybe 3 words. There's like 3 clumps of symbols that are near to each other, and they seem to be spaced out.
I'm gonna trace it out, like minor illusion ways, and try to commit it to memory.
Okay. I will remember this. And maybe Xalia will, too.
All she needs is her credit card number.
3 numbers on the back, huh?
Yep.
It's like the wacky Xalia challenge.
Xalia got the statue's credit card number. Got it.
True.
Okay.
Question 2. Why does the statue have a credit card number?
Don't worry about that.
Roll history.
Upgrade it.
Twig approaches the book at the center of the platform and just sees if he can make out what it says without touching it.
So, like, you're getting right up on it, or like, are you off the thing? I'm just wondering how close you're getting, so I can tell you like an accurate description.
Just close enough to see if I can like make out the words, but without actually making contact with it.
Okay. So, like, within touch distance, like within arm distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you reach it?
I'd reach it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's elevated or.
Oh, it's maybe about head height.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd sort of call out and be like, "Hey, be careful, but do proceed."
Okay, so you hop up there and you go and try to see what's on it. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
You just kind of like peer towards it. A 15. One moment. Let me get my notes. While Twig hops up on the thing, is anybody else doing anything? Aside from Chuman, we already know what you're doing. And then Xalia,
Yeah.
we already know what Xalia's doing too.
Zoaz is just kind of looking around. He's mostly keeping an eye out for more cat beasts.
Okay.
Pretty much the same for Pastiche.
I am observing what happens with Twig and this tome.
Alright. Mr. Twig, when you go and lean towards the tome, trying to take a peek at what it is, it's kind of like half open, so you have to squint and get closer. You notice that when you move your head closer, your beak seems to contact something, and then there's this acrid smell upon your nose, and then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity.
And you move yourself backwards quick enough, and you realize that there's something there, and you just narrowly avoided some sort of danger as you went towards that space. But I immediately need another one, please.
Another dexterity save?
Yes, please.
You literally stuck your nose in it.
He's about to get chomped by one of stalagmites.
One moment, I'm reading something. I already had this, but I'm just making sure I don't screw you. Okay, you feel something like buffeting towards you. You realize that this is probably bad, and so you just move backwards a bit, and then as this thing moves forward and the shimmer of the dais moves along with it, you realize that you're back there now. You realize that there was a creature sleeping on this dais as well, and the tome moves closer towards you, Twig, and you see above, taking up the majority of your view, is a large ooze. Let's roll initiative.
That makes sense.
Oh boy.
That was very fortunate that you made those saving throws.
It really was. There's no current active combat encounter. Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. Well.
Just put me ahead of the bird. I'm eating tonight.
It's true.
Oh.
Alright, I got one chance at this.
I am loving this dice. It's either best or worse. Let's go.
You know, there's more faces on the die that you can roll, Chuman.
Yeah, Rise. Can we fix this? Rise rolling a 1d2 for his.
He set up the loaded dice wrong.
All right, Makayla, as Twig is like pushed backward, and he also like takes a few steps and sort of stumbles off of the dais. The shimmer moves a bit, and then your eyes adjust to kind of make sense of the optical illusion. Something that was nearly transparent before, you now realize is a large cube of ooze heading dangerously towards Twig. What would you do?
Only had spell slots. Should I lay? God, I need to edit this so it has an attack roll. I attack and miss.
Spoilers, it hits.
Oh, it hits? Oh.
Spoilers aren't that hard to hit.
I think you need to have a negative modifier on whatever attack you do to miss this thing.
Truly? Okay.
Plot twist. It all.
Yeah, so I try and like just whack it with my staff.
Okay.
And then
bonk, it jiggles. Go and roll damage.
Yeah.
D8 plus whiz. Oh,
Yes.
Dang.
And I use my Swarmkeeper to move me 5 feet away.
okay. That prevents
So
attack of opportunities because you use Swarmkeeper, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's moving me.
Cool.
It's technically I'm not moving.
All right.
Um,
Just with the vultures buffet backwards, and then just you're able to move around.
Yeah. I just sort of like hit it and sort of jump back.
Okay. After that, Mitch is flapping about. What would Mitch like to do?
Mitch is going to retreat towards the entrance.
that niche.
And hang out there.
Okay. Alright. Which brings us to the gelatinous cube's turn. It moves forward and tries to engulf Twig. I need another dexterity saving throw from you. Oh.
Nice try.
It moves, and you can move. So you can be pushed 5 feet backwards or to the side.
I think I'll choose the side.
Okay, spoilers. I'm going to ask 2 more because I'm going to run you over until you get eaten.
Keep trying.
Yeah, it says whenever. So.
Time to just keep rolling the wind. Let's go.
All right, 5 feet back or to the side. 1 more.
Once again, try to just keep rolling.
Alright, so this cube slides off the dais, slurps its way towards Twig, tries to engulf its body around him. Twig, you're too quick. You move past, and then it slurps back into trying to grab you again. Twig, you're too quick. You just move out of the way. And then it extends this sort of like gooey arm to grab you and curl you in. But you're too quick. And you duck under it and then just skitter backwards. And then it's going to just hit you. And then here comes the arm again. And oh, wait, I'm pretty sure your AC is over 11.
15, yeah.
And here comes the arm again. It comes from above and splats towards the ground. You were there once, but now you are not. Where you tumble to the side and take out your weapon, ready for whatever it's got. And it looks pretty precarious. Something's got your taste. What do you do?
Alright, I'm gonna hit it with my scimitar with a booming blade.
Okay.
So I'm testing out the new feature here. I can just do this, right?
Yep. And then so it automatically rolls the thing. Oh, sorry, the willing movement, and then you've got the scimitar already in chat for you.
Okay, so I can attack with that.
Yeah, spoilers, that hits. Just barely.
It's just
Stronger? No way.
Alright, 5 damage.
5.
So you go to swing your scimitar against this cube of gel, and just it's like carving stale gelatin or jello, and you carve out a chunk, it flops to the ground and like deflates.
All right,
and
I'm gonna use.
You do manage to wrap it in your thunderous energy.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And just move some distance away.
All the way away?
To safety.
Alright. Go for it. Which brings us to Zoaz.
Yes.
Does it?
Wait.
You were...
What about Xalia?
You were ahead of Xalia until I changed your name.
Oh, okay. So Zoaz is going to see that it just tried to run Twig over. And Zoaz is not that dexterous to dodge out of the way like that, so he's going to move over and then cast Sacred Flame on the slime.
Okay. We'll see how dexterous the cube is. With a -4, your Sacred Flame comes out of the sky like a rays of fire, and it just shies away. It shrinks like.
Actually insane.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Pastiche. You see this cube. Oh, sorry, not Pastiche. Xalia.
Yeah.
Xalia is just gonna immediately oh, well, I can't fuck with a cube, huh?
Pew 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 pew. All right, yeah, that doesn't miss. All right, the darts of force jet out from the wand. They curve out and then curve in as if they home in on the target and just they like make little minor kinetic explosions. The gelatinous cube just wiggles.
And then she's gonna stick like 3 pointy tongues out of it. They're different colors.
Cool. Okay. Which brings us to Pastiche. Xalia twirls her wand of magic missiles and she goes back to the ready after taunting it. Pastiche.
Is there still 3 Pastiches?
Yes. Sorry? I think. How long does mirror image last?
A minute. It shouldn't be here.
Okay.
I shouldn't have it.
I was about to say, he's still that powerful?
Sorry, we killed that unit too fast.
That, Thunder Cat.
The Thunder Cat, exactly. Pastiche, what say you about this situation?
Pastiche is gonna draw a small ink circle on the ground and then dip their brush into it. And when it comes out, it's gonna be covered in red paint.
Yo.
And then fling a chromatic orb at this thing.
Alright. So with a deft flick of the wrist, because it's all on the wrist, that technique. Yeah, it hits. a warbling orb of chromatic energy of energy warbles its way towards the thing. Just click on the 3d8 little button there. Oh, that's big!
Let's call that fire damage.
Alright. Yeah. It doesn't like it. The fire washes over it, jiggles a bit. We don't really get a whole lot of insight into how it's feeling because it's just a box. But you flourish your paintbrush after launching the chromatic orb from it, and
that's gonna be my turn.
Okay, and then sort of dip behind a statue, and then Chuman.
Upon hearing the scuttering and the gelatin-like sounds of the cube just moving from the statue, Chuman spins around to pull out his longbow and take aim at it.
Okay, go for it. Alright. You get another one of these because this is the first turn of the combat.
Gosh, dang.
Alright, yeah, 10 damage hurts. That one hits too. Its armor class is 6.
And I just need to roll a d8. Just one d8, right?
You roll 2d8 for this attack because it takes an additional 1d8.
Oh, okay.
So hit damage and then do /roll 1d8. I'll key in a 1d8 button on your longbow next time.
Okay. I already did the first. Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. I'll just do 2d8 then.
Okay, and then 2d8 plus your dex modifier, so that's 13 damage.
Oof.
Nuts.
And Chuman's gonna reposition.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
You duck over next to one of these gargoyle-like statues. It's got this nasty kind of like disgruntled look on its face. It's showing its teeth. It's like it's unhappy with you being here. Makayla. It's closing in. Oh no.
It's slowly moving up.
It's slowly coming this way.
What say you?
I swear to God. Hold on.
I mean, it is blorbing your way too.
10 feet down.
Several more gelatinous cubes fall from the sky.
Oh my god. Alright, don't roll a 1, forehead.
I think even if you roll a 1. No, sorry. Natural 1s are autofills. Never mind, don't listen to me. That hits! Celebrate!
We're testing it. How low can we go?
Alright.
How do you want to end combat?
Let's just say, like... Oh, that's fun. Okay. As I hit it, like a bunch of vultures just kind of manifest, like behind the swing, and just like consume the gelatin.
Blah, 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 blah.
They just like start like flying through it with like bites of it.
And
this ambulance coming for the slime.
The ambulance is coming for the slime. Yeah. In a moment, the gel kind of like flattens and then oozes across the floor and loses integrity and shape. And covered in slime, there is the tome as the ooze is no more.
I have one of my vultures pick it up. I ain't touching that slime.
That's probably a good idea.
I'm leaving my arrows there.
Alright. So the vulture flies over, comes out of nowhere, and then delivers the tome to you.
Actually, I could just prestidigitate it to be not slimy.
That's probably a good idea.
Stuff like out of the slime.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't get in my shoes.
You clean it off. You have a vulture clean it off, and it brings it to you. You have it. You have now a tome. You open it, and then properly look through it. Perhaps like Twig peeks over your shoulders because he was so interested in the first place, and then you come to find out that it is empty. All the pages are blank.
Interesting.
You have in your inventory empty tome.
Makayla kind of just like it's like flipping to the pages and like opening it and closing it, like turning it upside down. Like it's empty. All that for an empty tome.
Sure enough, there is no writing.
I like try and hold one of the pages close to, or like like above the fire, if it's like invisible ink or something, like a hidden message.
Fire? Oh, from the torch?
Yeah, like how like
yeah, I get you.
Like lemon juice is like
lemon juice stuff.
Like heat.
Okay. The fire does not ignite the book, thankfully.
Well, I'm not putting it on the fire, just like near it. Close enough to like it heat it.
The fire is actually somewhat buffeted as you introduce it to proximity of the book. So something seems strange there, but it does not illuminate any text.
Twig just looks at the blank pages, dumbfounded. So this is what I almost get eaten for?
It appears so. But, should have never pointed it out. I'm sorry, I almost got you eaten by a cube.
No harm done. Let's keep it with us, just in case. If worse comes to worse, it would be nice to have something to write in.
Chuman makes his way over.
There wasn't anything in the, I guess it was empty because it was invisible, but there wasn't anything in the cube, no remains?
No.
Okay.
Aside
from the book.
Only thing that was in the cube was that singular book.
Cool.
Maybe a few feathers from Twig.
You notice there's a couple feathers strewn around in the ooze. They've now probably disintegrated, half burning.
said there was something, or you said the flames did react to the...
Yeah, almost as if they were pushed away.
Let's just burn all my spell slots. I don't need to place it. Let's use my detect magic.
Heck yeah, it's magical. You see a faint aura of abjuration magic around it.
Interesting. Well, while doing this, you sort of see, not Makayla's eyes, but like eyes of like vultures that maybe like on her shoulder or something, or like on the tip of her staff. Their eyes would glow red. But well, there is some sort of magic on this tome. It's definitely curious. There's something that definitely something we're missing about it.
Can Xalia look over their shoulders and just Arcana to see if she can tell if there's anything going on?
I'm holding it up. I'm just
okay.
Yeah, you can set your magical knowledge against it, Xalia. Go and roll Arcana.
Okay.
Indeed, you've seen. You take a glance at it, and then with Makayla's explanation that there's something going on, you piece together your magical knowledge that there are some spells that magicians or wizards or other people of arcane persuasion use to obscure written down information. It seems like there is such a spell around this time. You're not quite sure which one, but something has been applied to this thing in a magical nature to obscure or hide or otherwise render the writing invisible. And also protect the tome itself.
Xalia is going to use a bunch of minor illusions to create a shitty 2-frame animation of a wizard just tilting back and forth. and a bunch of text just vanishing whenever the wizard tilts forward.
Neat.
There are going to be little sparks flying from the wizard's wand whenever he tilts forward.
Makayla, will be like a soft chuckle.
And also, since you rolled so high, you would also know that there are a variety of spells that could do this. Some are easy to perform, and some are very difficult that are used only by the most powerful of arcane sort of practitioners. You don't feel any sort of presence that would indicate a powerful spell is at foot. So it might be you can rule out that it's an extremely powerful spell.
You by chance, to Xalia.
She reduces the length of the wizard's beard in her shitty little illusion.
Not less wizened. Okay, I get it. But you by chance wouldn't know any dispelling magics, would you?
Shakes her head.
That's okay. Well, if it's something worth protecting and hiding, it's something worth keeping.
Oh wait, I just looked at your spell list, and you, in fact, Xalia, you know of such a spell.
No. He literally knows the spell.
Yeah, you literally know the spell, but it seems to be slightly different results than what you know that you can do, and that's how you piece together this whole thing.
Yeah. Yes, it still stands. If someone went to the trouble of hiding it, and trying to keep it protected, then it's worth us to keep it and try and figure it out at a later date.
Maybe someone from town could help us figure this out.
Makayla smiles a little bit. Perhaps. You never know who you might meet. And she'd sort of store it away in whatever pack that she has.
Okay. So we're gonna look around. After settling that, you can see the opening on the far corner, or you could go out the way you came. Or you could do it
Far
over
corner.
this direction.
Actually, is there anything interesting on the ceiling for Xalia to spider climb up to?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
While you get up there.
That is not nature. That is a perception. Yes.
Alright. Xalia, you clamber up on the walls and then clamber up on the ceiling, moving around. You confirm that there's more of these sort of like hacked off or otherwise like removed or damaged stalactites. You do confirm that there are no dark mantles as high. But looking around, trying to see if there's anything up here, the only thing you really see are burn marks, but nothing of interest. Where the rock might have, like with the rock wall or cavern wall might have been scorched.
Chuman, you were tracking some. Looked like you'd found something.
Was that directed at me?
Yeah, I was like, Chuman, you seemed like you had found something? Question mark?
I found interesting footsteps, but nothing conclusive yet, at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a lead. It's more than an empty book.
Do you think they could belong to Rizbiff?
Considering that we have no idea of the stature of this person that we're going after, I'm not sure if we can say that.
Out of character. Am I just imagining, or I feel like it was said that they were a dwarf?
Lizard person. Or rather, the exact words that Zeus used was lizard. Lizard friend.
Okay.
His stature is friend.
Cool. Okay. I don't feel like I'm just making that up.
There's not much to go off of outside of that, at least.
I take a close look at the footsteps.
Yeah, make a survival check, please. Oh, Zeus also described that he had goggles similar to Chuman's. They definitely appear to lead towards this sun-caped outcropping. They seem to lead outside. Like you just trace it with sand and then just use your paintbrush to draw more footsteps to keep the angle right. And then working with Chuman, who initially pointed them out, you all surmise that they went outside, so could be out there. They appear to be small, sort of boots. So there aren't any. If you're looking for like lizard type, they are obscured by whatever foot gear they are wearing.
Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be much use hanging around here.
Mm-hmm.
We might as well press on.
I agree.
Okay.
Indeed.
Agreed.
All right, heading on out. You step out, and stand at a ledge. Can everybody see?
You do not own a token with vision in this scene.
You now have a token with vision in this scene. You step out and stand at a ledge that wraps around the back of this building. The sight before you is unique. There's this... you take a breath, and there's this picturesque landscape stretching before you with sun dipping towards the horizon. There's hues of reds, oranges, and browns dodging and burning together, with flames of the sun poking through the cirrus clouds. The pillars of floating rock and rubble list around, their overall integrity held by some unseen force. At this time of evening, the solar sphere must be perfectly centered between the miniature horns of the port city Tenuto. There's a flock of birds that soars lazily over the harbor and the ocean as ships come in. From your ascended position, you can see the edges of the expanse, how the waves spill over into the bottomless nethers, and who knows what lies down there. The sun tints the navy waters, reflecting, glittering across the canvas, and all these other details that it would take 1,000 words to describe, captured in this scene, high above as you gently glide as high above as you stand, gazing out across this landscape.
A beautiful sight indeed.
Xalia is gonna just kind of walk forward, kind of just sit down with her legs hanging off the edge, and she's gonna just let her hair flicker with the exact same colors as the sunset, just kind of watching it.
Chuman with his goggles on. One of the many enjoyments of this land.
Mm-hmm. You can walk around this continent for hundreds of years and, well, you never get bored of the sights.
Twig just looks at the horizon quietly and says, "It's beautiful."
Alas, we're not here for sightseeing.
Just was what I was about to say. We should find Rizbiff. Make sure that he can see this view, rather than being denied it for the rest of his time spent dead.
Makayla kind of cuts you off before you keep.
It's like a little lizard crater in the ground. Now, anything from Pastiche before we move on?
Pastiche is gonna stare out pretty blankly for a long time. Like a long time. Like they're not gonna move if no one tells them to.
Chuman looks over. Is that a tear from Prestige?
Right. The moment Chuman says this, there's like a hem off to your west, and perhaps everyone but Pastiche looks, and there you see a diminutive little kind of begoggled, green-skinned lizard homie. He's perpetually in a state where his lizard tongue is kind of lolling out of his mouth, and like he's just a dusty green. He looks like he's got a lot of equipment on him. One is a clear like sparker apparatus that is around his arm. He's got a backpack that's got lots of glass tubes and portholes and like all other like levers and widgets. He goes over and he's like, "How do you do?" You see, like as he talks to him, he seems to have sort of like a tick where he has to. He involuntarily laughs at the end of all of his sentences. He seems a little skittish. He's always like looking around. You can see he's kind of like, he's either got the shakes or he's just constantly vibrating.
Would you happen to be Rizbiff?
That's me, yeah. Rizbiff, that's me, yes. Rizbiff is here. I was separated from Juice. Who are you? He's still like looking all around. Seems like he has trouble like keeping his gaze on one place.
Zoaz, not Keratin. Keratin is not here. Zoaz.
Keratin is dead.
Keratin's no. Zoaz looks around, sort of following the gaze of Rizbiff, not sure yet that like what he's looking at. And then just sort of says, well, my name is Zoaz Ituusk. I am a member of the Order of the Moonlight Shepherd.
When you say that, he runs up to you. It's like, oh, Shepherd, yes, you come save Risbeth, yeah?
Certainly. My allies and I have come to extricate you from this island at Jus's request.
Oh, praise Jus. Risbeth knew that she wouldn't leave him alone. See, Snowfall Machine got stuck in wide mold.
He, takes his hands and just spreads them wide.
Only works when many people. Used to not be a problem, but since...
He scratches his head.
Since Scramble some years ago, only partner is Jus.
Well...
Twig sort of...
Do you still have the device, or...?
Risbeth has device. Risbeth always has device.
Twig sort of tilts his head and says, when you say many people, about how many exactly are you talking about?
Only works with more than 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, I think I understand. From our vantage point, can we see down to the base of the ruins, where our raptors are tethered?
You can. Even though it's getting on into evening time, it's still clear to see, and you can make out the forms of your raptors. They shift in a bit as raptors do. Walk around a bit. You assume that is the entrance to this whole endeavor.
Might be getting pissed. They're hungry.
Oh, don't worry, they're very well trained.
Thank you for coming to save me. We go down now? We leave? Risbeth had to slay a cat beast. It was strong, but Risbeth took it out.
And he gets down and lowers his hips, and he's making crossbow blasting motions.
Are you okay, friend? Were you injured in the exchange?
Got scratched, but Risbeth fine now. He took rest. He bandaged.
Not. And your device, it won't... You sure it won't malfunction?
The tongue walling out of his mouth kind of licks his whole face. Just in a clockwise motion.
Yes, sure. Is Risbeth great at machine and is tested but stuck. Need to get back to the atelier to change it back into solo mode.
And Twig looks over the edge of the platform at the drop below and looks sort of green around the gills. He says, I think that rope climb from earlier was enough heights for one day, but unless we wanna go back through that nest of monsters from earlier, I think that might be our best shot.
Well, it's safe. It no feel like you won't feel like you have to. Do you suffer from vertigo? The snowfall machine. It makes it not feel like that. Falling is easy. It's more like style falling.
That's reassuring. Thank you very much for that.
Falling is always easy. It's the landing that's the hard part.
Oh, landing easy too.
Well,
this
I shrug. I'm down to try.
This is very fortuitous. Then let's go. I too am about done with this place. You think? Yes.
Yes, I, for one, am willing to trust the Sparker's inventions.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. After all, if it goes wrong, it'll be over fast.
That's the spirit.
Never over till it over, friend. Alright, we go? Tally ho?
Pardon me. Do you all think we could wait a moment? Maybe take a break.
Wait.
Well,
Risbeth's been waiting all day, but Risbeth, that just means that I can wait longer. What's a little longer?
well, now that we have our man, I don't see any use rushing. If taking a break is what we'd like, then I see no harm.
I believe you've all earned a rest, and... well, the sight is beautiful, is it not?
That it is.
How long do you intend to wait? It might not be wise to try and travel back after sundown.
Oh, not too long at all. 30 minutes, an hour. I won't be long.
Okay.
Makayla, I believe Selene would give us her aid. A nighttime travel is, it can be helpful on the savannah.
Yes. Selene. Well. Fair enough. Makayla will find a rock and sit on it.
Okay. There is a rock available. You sit on this rock. Risbeth, sets down his pack and starts adjusting some things. He appears to be getting ready to depart. He's just doing inventory checks, and there's this kind of tick chuckle that you have come to learn that he possesses, and he's got a slight bounce to him.
Twigs.
Then, yeah, you guys can hit your short rest buttons and do all those mechanics while while everyone continues with their tale.
Yeah, real quick, before I hit my short rest button, I'm going to do this to get a first level spell slot back.
Hot.
And then I'm going to take my short rest.
Okay. Anytime you need to do that, just tell me the cleric channel did anything, and I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I did that all the time when I played my peace cleric.
Yeah.
Imagine getting something from a short rest. Couldn't be me.
I get one spell slot.
That's pretty. Well, does that increase as you level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine getting a spell slot back.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to Ranger. What a class.
Spell slots. Never heard of them.
Okay. As you guys take your short rest, you notice that Xalia hasn't really shifted or moved her attention anywhere upon exiting the previous cavern. Pastiche, even though he appeared rather somber, he's been talkative, and he takes out his painter supplies. Is that correct?
Yep. Pastiche is painting a landscape portrait of the scene.
He does that include an easel?
It sure does.
All right, so he whips out this easel and finding a rock, or he also whips out this stool. It's like a folding stool. It's it might have been made by a sparker. And he sits down, and he when you do these, do you use your paintbrush, or do you have a smaller brush?
I think Pastiche has a collection of smaller brushes.
Okay. He pulls out a collection of brushes, and he sets to work, it seems. He's painting the scene before you all. Why he suddenly chose to do this is anyone's guess, but as you all are preparing yourselves and resting, of course there's also Xalia who hasn't moved, and there's Risbeth sort of just bouncing away. He seems comfortable for being someone in mild peril. what do you all do as you all take this breather?
Twig reaches into his backpack and pulls out a notebook and a jar of ink and starts rummaging around again, but comes up empty-handed. And he just shrugs and plucks out a feather from his own chest, dips it in the ink, and starts scribbling in the notebook.
Chuman is just looking out on the horizon, just trying to observe anything that's happening.
Makayla would go up, or would call to Zoaz. Care for a game of cards?
Well, I could not turn. I may not turn. I would not turn it down. And he sort of walks over and sits down in front of Makayla.
Do you want to play an actual game of cards? Because I got one for you.
Sure.
Okay, we'll start off. Well, actually, you guys may. We'll start off next session with that.
Yeah.
We'll keep you up here for now. So we'll do that, and you guys can decide whether or not you're going to bet money or not.
No.
All card games are betting games.
Makayla has to decide
first game. You gotta warm them up. You gotta get them.
As you all come to a rest, taking this sort of thing, and Pastiche is painting away. Anything from Xalia?
Nope.
Right.
She'll reach out a few times, just kind of absent-mindedly thinking, but she's just thinking.
Okay.
In her own little head. Well, not little head, because she's fucking smart, but...
Her mini eyes.
Yeah.
As you all settle down, take a breather. With your new companion, he appears to be safe. Sound is questionable, but it's only your first time meeting. And the scene before you, as you all catch your breath from your battle up here against both the creatures of various hostility and also your battle against the environment. You all prepare yourselves and regain your strength to head on down and return to Tenuto, where the Renewal Festival awaits. Juice and Denoto as well, and whatever lies ahead.